Guys, you know we here at Hard Factor strongly support all men and women in uniform, whether that be the armed forces, EMS, firefighters, and last, but certainly not least our national police officers. We thank you for your service, and we also know that among those brave and selfless men and women, there are bound to be some bad apples that give the good apples a bad name, right? But keep in mind, as I tell this story, I do so because of just how fucked up it is, and I'm not attacking police or guns or the military or President Trump. I am attacking one particular piece of shit who happened to become a police officer, and I'm going to have some fun with it, so relax. Fairfax County, Virginia, guys, is where all the hosts of Hard Factor grew up. We roam the streets doing bad shit, and we're always on the lookout for popo, especially the Fairfax County cops, because they didn't fuck around. This bring back fond memories, guys, right?
That's a scary image.
That's a scary image, right?
They're the worst.
Boy.
Yeah. Us guys in Herndon were lucky because it was literally the last town.
We had our own PD.
Yeah.
Well, but Herndon PD never rolled. If Fairfax County wanted to come, they had to really. It was on the outskirts of their jurisdiction. So
yeah, Herndon PD was a lot more chill. Fairfax County cops were the worst.
Yeah. You got your Pat saying we got the word like from the rooftops about like hooty hoo, like we knew when they were coming.
When they were coming.
Yeah. Those Fairfax popo were tough. And one cop in particular haunted our dreams. Officer Jonathan A. Freitag, Jaffe for short, was the one cop you did not want to get pulled over by because he had some sort of black magic where he was able to find drugs in your car that even you didn't even know you had. And he would do this after stopping you for no good reason at all. In fact, over 400 people fell victim to Jaffe's black magic over the years. And now, after a long investigation, it turns out that Officer Jaffe was not a wizard, but instead was just stealing drugs from the police property room and then planting them in cars during illegal traffic stops.
Just a complete psychopath, yeah.
Just a complete psychopath.
Just wanted to ruin everybody's life, yeah.
Right.
He's
this
like
is some of the worst shit ever.
He was getting employee of the month for all of his arrests, like every month. It was just
like a bounty program.
Yeah, Fairfax County, he probably was getting lots of daps from the high ups for that.
Yeah. He was also a racist. So now Fairfax County is considering throwing out some 400 cases that resulted in arrest and conviction that Jaffe was on, including one where 450 hydrocodone and some guns were found in a black firefighter's glove box. The man, it was Elon Wilson. He persisted that shit wasn't his, but it was Jaffe's word against his. So facing 10 years, he took a plea deal for 3 years and lost his career as a firefighter.
He framed a firefighter. Beefed with him.
I don't know if he was he was just pulling over black people is what the investigators say, and he kind of admitted to a third party. He was racially profiling people to pull over for bullshit and then planting drugs on them.
I saw like that was 400 cases. I just glanced over it, but I saw that the firefighter was like getting released this week, wasn't he? Like
yes.
Like so it sounds like he definitely was set up because they're letting him out like before they even investigate the other 400.
Right. Yeah. Well, so they're basically just going to throw out this guy's. They found out is such a piece of shit. They're going to throw out pretty much all of his cases. The firefighter's the first one because he has the longest. He's been in jail for 20 months because he took this deal. He was like, okay, well, I'll take the plea deal for 20.
So many fires he could have put out.
Right. Yeah. So Freitag,
hugs he could have given his children.
Right.
Well, he's going to get a lot of money from Fairfax County in the county.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. So Jaffe quit the Fairfax County Police back in May of 2020 after the FBI joined in this investigation. And he headed to a place where it was more believable that all the cars had drugs in them, Brevard County, Florida. He worked there from August 2020 until April 1st of this year after the Washington Post called to check in on him. And the Brevard County Sheriff apparently had no idea this guy was a piece of shit because he had gotten a very nice letter from the Human Resources Department when he left saying he had done nothing wrong. So
that's some Catholic priest stuff. That's the Catholic priests did.
I was going to make that joke. Yeah, the Catholic priest would be very proud of this letter.
Absolutely. And it's them trying to cover their asses, though. They're hoping that like they pass them along and they never hear about it again. And they don't have to exhume these 400 cases and nobody ever finds out about this fucking guy.
Yep.
Well, isn't that like the biggest thing that the police reform bill? Well, that was like a big thing was like sharing data across precincts and stuff, right?
Yes. Yeah, that was part of it for sure.
This guy went to Brevard County and he's like half his job was done for him. He's like, I don't even have to plant the drugs.
I thought I could come down here and do my framing biz.
Police
get a frame out.
Police reform stuff though never passed. There was only the executive order, and then there was the dueling bills that neither of them ever passed. So I don't think any of that stuff necessarily went in to place.
You guys remember that creeper cop in Fairfax County years ago who was waiting outside of bars and then would pull women over who'd been intoxicated and then force sexual favors from them to get a DUI? Do you guys remember that?
Oh, that's pretty.
Yeah, I don't know
crazy.
if that's Fairfax County got some messed up shit going on.
Jesus. Yeah, no, that's nuts. So I mean, this is some of the work. And I went down a rabbit hole of like police planting stuff on people, and like there's some guys in New York, there's like the video of them planting weed. There's this guy in Florida who's going away for a long time that was doing this. But anyway, the letter he got, Pat already made the joke, that looks like a template they stole from the Catholic Church, said, quote, "You resigned from the position in good standing. Your employment was entirely favorable and you are eligible for rehire." So that was the letter of recommendation he got when he left, even though he's being investigated by the fucking FBI. Now the Brevard County Sheriff is pissed at the fucking Fairfax County Human Resources and the police because they didn't fucking know about it, and he's pissed that they let them hire this guy and put them in the public's danger because he was doing this down there.
Look, they just fucked over the people of Florida so hard. They knew this guy was preying on victims in their own community, and were so obsessed with covering it up that they fucked over Floridians too. I mean, it's some classic Northern Virginia bullshit. But that Virginia government sucks in general. I mean, look at the lieutenant governor, the governor. It's just all a fucking joke over there.
Yeah. So luckily they've already dismissed like 21 cases that were pending because of this guy, and they're looking to go back to all these like 400 cases and get them out. You got to do it, man. It's like that Netflix show, How to Fix a Drug Scandal, when they found out that the lady was not even testing drug samples, right? It's a pain in the ass. Sorry, but you hired the guy. You got to do it.
Yeah. Will's referring to the top 4 officials having blackface or sexual assault charges,
and none of them will resign because they all have like they're all so dirty.
You can't pass the buck because then the next person that steps up is under the microscope, and there's
Virginia is just like I mean, like they like to think they're all high and mighty, but they are not on the fucking high horse at all.
Yeah. No, I mean, if it wasn't for the Washington Post calling Brevard County, this probably wouldn't all have blown up. So kudos to them for, staying on this asshole. It's a liberal rag trash owned by Bezos. Most of the time it is, but not in this case. But yeah, so I mean, he should get like false imprisonment charges. They're waiting. He doesn't have any charges against them yet, but that's what I mean. He fucking ruined people's lives, threw them in jail for no fucking reason. I mean, he was pulling people over. The last thing I'm going to say is on that firefighter, dash cam footage came out later that showed that the reason they pulled him over was complete bullshit too. So he's just racially profiling black people, pulling them over, planting drugs, sending them to jail, ruining their lives. Fucking terrible.
Quite the hobby.
It's like a fictional character.
Yeah.
Real.